Men, here's the cold truth. The wrong woman can hit harder than your worst enemy. She doesn't come at you with fists. She erodes your confidence, saps your focus, and steals your peace until you're a shadow of yourself. The worst part? She'll seem harmless at first, even charming. That's why so many strong men get trapped in weak relationships, drained dry but too deep to see it. You don't have to wait until you're broken to spot the truth. There are signs, clear, undeniable red flags that scream who she really is. Learn them, and you'll never waste your energy on the wrong woman again. Stay tuned because I'm about to break down 6 signs of a low-value woman every man needs to know. If this hits home, hit that subscribe button and give a like. It helps more than you think. Quick question. Have you ever felt drained in a relationship? Drop yes or no in the comments. I read every one. I want to know who's been there. Stick with me, because the first sign is coming up, and it's the one that can turn love into a fight for survival before you even see it coming. 1. Lacks emotional stability. Emotional stability is the bedrock of a high-value woman, but a low-value one is a storm you can't predict. Her mood swings hit like a hurricane. One moment she's warm and affectionate. The next, she's cold, snapping over trivial things like a delayed text or a harmless comment. These aren't just bad days. They're a pattern of chaos that keeps you on edge, forcing you to tiptoe around her feelings. You'll notice it in her overreactions. A small disagreement turns into a screaming match, or a minor setback sends her spiraling into tears or rage. This volatility isn't just exhausting. It's a red flag of deeper issues. She might blame stress, hormones, or even you, but the truth is, she hasn't mastered her emotions. A high-value woman regulates herself, staying calm under pressure and handling conflicts with clarity. A low-value one drags you into her emotional roller coaster, sapping your mental energy and derailing your focus. You'll spend more time playing therapist than partner, trying to stabilize her when she should be stabilizing herself. Relationships thrive on mutual strength, not one-sided chaos. If she can't keep her emotions in check, she's not ready for a real connection. You deserve someone who brings peace, not pandemonium. Walk away before her storms become your daily reality, pulling you into a cycle of drama that's hard to escape. Save your energy for a woman who can stand firm, not one who crumbles and expects you to pick up the pieces. 2. Seeks constant validation. A low-value woman's self-worth hinges on external approval, and it's a trap that'll drain you dry. She's always fishing for compliments, obsessing over social media likes, or seeking reassurance about her looks, choices, or value. Every conversation feels like a plea for validation. Her insecurity is a bottomless pit. She might ask, "Do I look okay?" 10 times a day, or get upset if you don't hype her up constantly. This isn't confidence. It's a sign she doesn't know her own worth. High-value women are secure in themselves, radiating self-assurance without needing a spotlight. A validation seeker will lean on you to prop up her ego, turning you into an emotional crutch. You'll waste hours reassuring her instead of building something meaningful. Notice her behavior. Does she light up only when praised? Does she sulk when attention shifts away? Social media is a giveaway. If she's posting for likes or spiraling over lack of engagement, her self-esteem is outsourced. This neediness will seep into your relationship, making you feel like her therapist, not her partner. Over time, her insecurity can breed resentment, as she might accuse you of not caring enough when you can't keep up with her demands. A real partnership requires 2 whole people, not one propping up the other. Walk away from this energy vampire before you're stuck in a cycle of constant affirmation, leaving no room for your own growth or a mutual connection. 3. Disrespects boundaries. Respect for boundaries defines a high-value woman, but a low-value one tramples them without a second thought. She might blow up your phone when you're working, guilt you into canceling plans, or dismiss your need for space as selfish. This isn't care, it's control. She prioritizes her desires over your well-being, ignoring your time, values, or limits. Early signs show up in small ways. She pushes you to share more than you're comfortable with or gets mad when you say no. Over time, this escalates. She might invade your privacy, like checking your phone, or demand constant access to you. A high-value woman respects your autonomy, seeing boundaries as a foundation for trust. A low-value one views them as obstacles to her agenda. Test her. Set a clear boundary, like needing a night to yourself, and watch her reaction. If she argues, sulks, or ignores it, that's your cue. This behavior signals deeper issues. Someone who disrespects boundaries doesn't value you as an equal. You'll end up sacrificing your needs to keep the peace, which isn't peace at all. It's a power struggle. Relationships should feel like a partnership, not a cage. Walk away from someone who can't honor your limits because that disregard will only grow, turning your life into a battleground where your needs always come last. Save yourself for someone who sees your boundaries as a sign of strength, not a challenge to overcome. 4. Avoids accountability. A woman who dodges accountability is a walking red flag. She never owns her mistakes. Every problem is someone else's fault. If she's late, it's traffic. If she snaps at you, it's because you made her mad. This blame shifting shows immaturity and an inability to grow. High-value women admit when they're wrong, apologize, and work to improve. A low-value one spins excuses or twists situations to paint herself as the victim. You'll see it in arguments. She'll deflect, bringing up your past mistakes or unrelated issues to avoid responsibility. This isn't just frustrating, it's toxic. It traps you in a cycle where you're always the bad guy, questioning your own reality. Gaslighting often follows. She might claim you're overreacting when you call her out. Notice how she handles criticism. Does she get defensive or reflective? A lack of accountability means she's not interested in personal growth, which is fatal for a healthy relationship. You'll spend your energy navigating her deflections instead of building something real. Test her with small conflicts. If she can't own a minor slip-up, bigger issues will be a nightmare. Partnerships require two people who can face their flaws, not one dodging them while the other cleans up the mess. Walk away from this chaos before it erodes your confidence and leaves you stuck in a one-sided dynamic where growth is impossible. 5. Manipulative behavior. Manipulation is a low-value woman's go-to tool, and it's a relationship killer. She might use guilt trips like saying, "If you cared, you'd do this," or give you the silent treatment to punish you. Subtle jabs, playing the victim, or twisting your words are all tactics to control the narrative. High-value women communicate openly, building trust through honesty. A manipulator thrives on power games, keeping you off balance to serve her agenda. You'll notice it in how she handles disagreements. Does she make you feel guilty for having boundaries? Does she turn small issues into emotional warfare? These moves aren't accidents. They're calculated to make you doubt yourself. Early signs might be small, like pouting when you don't comply, but they escalate to emotional blackmail or drama that drains you. Watch her actions. If she uses tears to avoid accountability or flips arguments to make you the villain, she's playing you. This erodes trust and turns love into a battlefield. Test her by staying firm on a decision. Her reaction will reveal her intent. A healthy relationship needs mutual respect, not one person pulling strings. Walk away from a manipulator before her games trap you in a cycle of doubt and control, leaving no room for a genuine connection. 6. No clear purpose or goals. A woman without purpose or goals is a slow poison to your drive and ambition. High-value women have a clear sense of direction, whether it's a career they're grinding for, personal growth they're committed to, or passions they pursue with relentless focus. They know where they're going and bring that energy into a relationship, inspiring you to level up. A low-value woman, on the other hand, drifts through life like a ship without a rudder. She has no vision, no ambition, and no concrete goals, often floating from one whim to another without ever committing to something meaningful. You'll see it in her daily habits. She might binge Netflix all day, scroll social media endlessly, or talk vaguely about figuring things out without taking action. This aimlessness isn't just a personal flaw, it's a relationship killer. She'll lean on you to give her life meaning, becoming dependent on your drive while offering nothing but complaints or distractions. You might notice her resentment when you chase your own goals, as your focus highlights her lack of purpose. She might guilt you for working late or prioritizing your hustle, subtly pulling you down to her level of stagnation. Test her. Ask about her plans, her dreams, or what she's working toward. If her answers are vague or she deflects with excuses, that's your red flag. Does she have hobbies, projects, or even a side hustle she's passionate about? Or is her life a cycle of indecision? A high-value woman challenges you to grow. A low-value one clings to you like dead weight, expecting you to carry her through life. This dependency creates a one-sided dynamic where you're less a partner and more a crutch. Over time, her lack of purpose will erode your momentum, dragging you into a rut where your own goals start to feel out of reach. Relationships thrive when both people are moving forward, pushing each other to be better, not when one is a passenger coasting on the other's drive. You deserve a partner who's building something, not someone who's content to drift and expects you to steer her life. Walk away from this anchor before her aimlessness sinks your own aspirations, because a life without purpose will pull you both into a void where growth and fulfillment can't survive.